Karibuni, welcome tuelimishwe kwa masuala ya jamii, tuchunguzwe sana mbalimbali, tujuze juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, hapa duniani kwa familia nzima.
Oh, they call me jobless, jobless. They call me jobless.
Jobless on the beats.
I can no more pretend. You don't start on my defense. Little things for the end. Swear you go like me, you go like me. Can I be a man? And that friend when I relent. Doing all the things you like. My temperature rising. You be my queen, I don't need no rose. This a love song, I don't need no blues. You be my sugar, I don't need no juice. Baby, loving you is a must. Yeah.
Yeah. Vipi. Good evening. My name is Lekuyani Eli. Welcome to the official way, rather. Kunenaja leo. It's Friday. It's Friday. Some of us thought it is Wednesday, and Eshuchi tells me it is Friday. Sir, good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm very well. Good evening, Ellie. It's clearly Friday on your side, and it's all literal as it is. Welcome, Elle, to the show. This is Art and Hearts, and thank you for having me on board alongside Lekuyani Ellie. A lot more lined up. Back to you, Ellie.
Yes, Eshuchi. And you know, the young man that just left is called Joe Bless, and he was doing a cover by Jay Wills. The name is Medicine, and I'm telling you, that's such a banger, you will call it. But tonight we are having even interesting bangers because kuna vituko zinaendelea huku. Apparently kuna mumama anasumbua watu sana, lazima watu wapee ng'ombe maji, na anawaambia wasipee maji kwa sababu akikuja kitaumana. Let's take a look.
Moraa, ninatoka. Ng'ombe msipatie maji, muwache, mungoche mimi nitakuja nisipatie maji ya dispenser, sawa? Hata vyombo msiose, msiwache hapo kwa sinki, nitakuja nipeleke kwa Ponga na Charasi sanitize. Kwa sababu nyinyi ni watoto wa mwalimu, hamwezi fanya kazi ya nyumba. Mukae, muangalie TV, mtumie wifi, mfanye kila kitu, lakini msiguse kazi ya nyumba. Nyinyi ni watoto wa mwalimu, umesikia? Mtaumia. Unanijibu? Ninakwambia kitu hata hutaki kusikia ninasema nini, unaanza kunichipu. Unanichipu sasa, unaona umekuwa mtu mzima. Mtoto nimesaa chusi. Kwa sababu uliingia kwa mgwani, unaona umekuwa mwerevu. Si ndio? Unanisinda. Unataka kunipiga. Unataka kupigana na mimi. Moraa, unanidarau? Unanidarau wewe mtoto? Wacha nikwambie Moraa, msasi ni kama Mungu wa pili. Kitu mtu msasi anakuambia, unasikilia hivi na unakimbia nayo. Umesikia? Sio kukaa hapa na kuambia msasi nyo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nyanduko254, Mama Moraa. Nyanduko.
Hi, where do we start? First of all, I do not know who Mama Moraa is. Yes. Nikaribishe, wacha nikuwe mgeni. Nikaribishe Eli.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the moment we've been all waiting for, allow me to allow my colleague and of course co-host Eshuchi Lumumba to introduce the guest of the night. Eshuchi.
The guest has already blown me off. I don't know how to introduce her because I've known her for so long. I don't know this persona of hers. So I think I'm in for a surprise. Karibu sana Nyanduko254 and Mama Moraa, as they call you, the personality. Manze, you didn't tell me you have this side of you. Let me tell you.
Well,
two accents that get me on the floor.
You haven't asked. You haven't asked. I can do any accent. Ebu try me. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nyanduko254. You can call me Mama Moraa. You can call me Chef Chumba because I can also do a very fire Calais accent and many other and any other that you can think about because, well, mimi ni msanii. So it's going to be an amazing night. So let me not be a host today. Please, munikumbushe mimi ni guest. Because
okay. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you already taking up the host role. Tutakuachia show na Eli, ujipige hosting, ukijihost as well. But well, let's look at this. Unajichapa interview, unajijibu venye ungetaka. But let me get this. I've always imagined in my world a very interesting scenario. Let me tell you a quick story. I had this grandmother. I grew up in Luo land. And my grandmother, of course, was Luya. I'm a typical Luya, but we grew up in a Luo neighborhood. And so my grandmother learned the Luo language, but she would speak it with the Luya accent. And we used to burst in laughter. Unajua? Sasa I usually imagine an ideal situation. Sasa tufanye hivi, acha nikukatie na Kiluya alafu wewe tujifanye wewe ni msichana Mkalenjin. Na kutukatia tu kwa Kiswahili lakini with a Luya accent. Alafu niambie maneno inaendaje. Sasa Nyanduko, hizi gote nimekuwa nikikutafuta, mbona hizi hata jibu SMS yangu na nimekuwa nikikuandikia rununu kila wakati.
Sasa wacha nikuulize tu kweli. Wewe unaniandika kweli na hata uchaninulia credit? Unataka nikujibu na nini? Watu wenye wamenunua credit ndio wanajibiwa. Sasa wewe nakujibu kwa nini uchaninulia credit?
Wacha zipidi. Unajua shida yako umesharukia story na hata hujaniambia jibu. Sasa mtu atakununuliaje airtime na nitajuaje kama utanirudishia airtime? Sijajua kama unataka, so unachisemanga wewe ni independent.
Hapana wewe, hapana. Mwanaume ni kucharipu na kuchituma. Sasa wewe uchitumi na ucharipu alafu unataka tu mimi ati nikupale tu mimi nikuandikie tu message. Hapana.
Okay, listen, Nyanduko. I think I can't stay in character too long. I schooled in Moraa University, and so the Kalenjin accent just equally hits me interestingly. So tell me, Nyanduko, what really ignites your world when it comes to this line of comedy? I know it's I usually find it a bit, let's say, a little bit controversial, but then I think the beauty about Kenyan comedy, and especially the accent-related comedies, as a country, we have so many languages. I think we have about 42 tribes, and each of them can literally come with its own dialect, and its own dialect carrying its own accents. How did you decide, Manze, this is an area that you want to dig in and create humor and comedy out of?
Okay, so this is the thing. I went to a high school that is a national school, and we had teachers from very different places. And weirdly, most of them had accents. So I would imitate a teacher, and people would tell me, "You sound just like them." You know, I do a Kikuyu accent, and people burst in class. They're like, "Actually, you sound like that teacher." I do Kale, and people are like, "Why you sound like them exactly?" And then the Kisi accent, of course, inspiration from.
That's home, man.
I just listened to my, and then Kale. Many people don't know this, but I speak fluent Kale. So I picked my Kale accent from where I went to primary school. Everyone used to speak in Kale. Like on Sunday, tulikuwa tunapreachiwa in Kale. So you just sit there and you're a Kisi from Nakuru, and you're like, lost not cheso. Amen. Now I had to learn it, and slowly I can do accents. I realized I can do accents comfortably without sweating it. So here we are. I do it when I feel like, let me tell you a story. Eshuchi, before I give it back to you.
Yes.
So in campus, when I was in third year, this guy comes to my place, and then he's with a friend of mine, a chick friend of mine. And then the chick knows me, but the guy does not know me. Then the guy is like, unaweza tusaidia kiberiti. And then I'm like, mnataka kufanyia nini kiberiti yangu? Mbona mnanikuja kuniomba hapa kiberiti? Si muende mnunue yenu. You know, the guy like stood there and looked at me like this and told the chick, akiniambia msichana haongeangi hivi. I get. Calm down.
I get you. You know, that reminds me. Once upon a time, I also schooled in Moraa. I have a few accents that I can pull well. I know Luya is one of them, of course, just like you. I can do well with the Luo accent as well. And so much better also with a little bit of the Kalenjin. Sasa siku moja nilikuwa kwa shuttle. We were traveling from Nairobi to Eldoret. You know the North Rift shuttles. And I was seated somewhere at the back there, dressed nicely, campus boy, mini beberu, tundevu tumeanza kumea, nimejichonga vizuri. So there were some two chicks seated at the front, and I could tell we were checking each other out. Then at some point, there's always that one friend who relates with your accent such that when you talk, mkipatana, the accent just kicks in. So a friend of mine calls me and I burst in the Luya accent and we chat for like 5 minutes in the Luya accent. So when I finished it, ikaisha nikasikia mmoja ameambia mwenzake, enyewe Mungu apatiangi mtu kila kitu. Huyu. So tell me, Nyanduko, with the wealth of abilities to be able to maneuver through all these accents, because I think I'm someone who really is big on heritage. And I just think that Kenya took a slightly bad direction when it comes to tribes. And we ended up with a nation where tribe is used to profile, to stereotype, and most of the time for negative reasons, maybe political, alliances and all that. And so it made this word tribe to really sort of gain a negative connotation. But I really think there's a lot of richness in the fact that we can have multiple tribes, multiple tribes, different accents that just remind you, you know what? Much as we're in Kenya, Maze, this culture gives me some sort of a vibe when I get onto it. What do you think is so rich about the Kenyan culture that you think is exhibited so well through their tribes?
I think our diversity is everything, like the way we can meet mimi na Kikisi yangu, you with your Kiluya, and someone else with their Kikalen, someone else with their Kimeru, and we can communicate and understand each other. The accents notwithstanding, everything else ikiwa constant. We can have a nice conversation. You can come and shrub here and it's fine. There's something about being Kenyan that makes you get away with so much. You get away with a lot of things. Once I had some time when Zungus was saying that Kenyans we speak like this, I gave my rent, I went first, because they've already experienced Calais. Now they think that is how every Kenyan speaks. But we have diversity, we have richness. There's something about our culture that is just beautiful. And sometimes I speak to myself in accents for fun. So I have personalities in my head, and I'm like, ilikuambia nitakuchapa, lakini sio, it's not necessary, si ndio? Nisijichape, sio vizuri. Like I talk to myself in accents for fun. I'm not crazy though.
I get you. All right. Okay. Welcome to the show wherever you are watching. This is Art in Hearts, and this is the Creative Space. Every Friday of the week, you'll find us here with amazing stuff, creatives from all over the world, all over Kenya, of course. Then we have other shows that run all through the week. Of course, we have the Men's Den, where I'm also a co-host with my friend Likuyani on Tuesdays. We have the Girls Talk that is hosted by Nyanduko, our guest for today. We have Against All Odds. We have, the worship sessions here and there. So just join in whenever, and Art in Hearts have got you covered. So today, let's see who's on board with us. I can see Derek Waswa kama kawaida. Derek, karibu sana, anasema amewasili. Thank you very much. Staying tuned. Nancy Magen, I think Nancy Magen is an ardent fan. Thank you very much, Nancy, for tuning in. She's tuned. I think that's what she says. Frida Nguku, our co-host on the Girls Talk segment of Arts in Hearts, is also here. Nimefika, karibu sana Frida. Unaona venye nani ana pull accents hapa funny. Cosmas Simwa, tuned in, following from Diani, proud of this session. Karibu sana Cosmas. I hope you ukuenda pleasure, alafu Art in Heart imekutoa huko kwa pleasure. Frida Nguku again comes back. Watoto wa mwalimu. I know. I laughed loud at that. Nipeane maji kwa dispenser. Anamatia ngombe maji ya dispenser. Okay, watoto wa mwalimu is a funny. I agree. I don't think I'll be able to handle this hosting, because let me tell you, I have a terrible sense of humor. My sense of humor is one that is triggered by very little things like accents. I've stayed with Luyas all my life, but I still find a typical Luya so funny to listen to. Kipro Roda, karibu sana, our added fan. Art and Heart, good evening. Good evening to you too. Welcome from wherever you are. Doreen Kasioka, siku watoto wa mwalimu. You know that. Nyanduko, do you want to read the comments for us? Because this watoto wa mwalimu thing, I'm not getting it right.
Macho yangu mimi kama mtoto kwa mwalimu niko na shida ya macho, siwezi soma comments. Asisomeki.
Uwezi. Sara Jojo, Mama Moraa, umeweza kabisa. Umeweza. Thanks so much, Sarah and Jero, for tuning in. Aha. So we have Kiproroda again. Leni Kirui kuja unisaidie na kikale hapa. Bas, walete wakale. We want to, tunataka kupeana thresholds hapa. Tujue kama Nyanduko anatupatia the real skit ama. Noreen Nyanduko, I think Noreen is as surprised as I am. She doesn't know this side of you. Nyanduko, it's all tears on the other side. Thank you so much, Noreen, for tuning in. Kiproroda, Art in Heart, Creative Space, tuko YouTube. Karibuni sana, and don't forget that we stream live on Facebook and on YouTube, but we want to slowly and gradually encourage you to go to the YouTube section of it, because that is where we're going to be holding most of our streaming, and it's going to be our primary hub for streaming. Karibuni sana. Nyanduko254, I don't know if Ellie is still coming back with us. This is Esther Wobula. Being 3D is today's shift. This comes with effort and sacrifice, working on yourself. Aha. Let me do this again. Being 3D is today's shift. This comes with effort and sacrifice, working on yourself. Nyanduko, do you want to dissect this for me?
I'm not sure what Esther is talking about. I'm assuming it's about the diversity bit. I honestly do not know.
Aha. Karibu sana. I think Ellie is back for Ellie is in to aid us here. Ellie, karibu sana. Tell us what this 3D is about. You are muted, Bwana Ellie. Perhaps you could.
Atukusikii kiongozi
Mama Moraa, ambari gani?
Mzuri sana mtoto yangu. Umekuja?
Watu wanaringa na Eldoret, lakini pia mimi nishawahi ishi Eldoret.
Sema Eldoret.
Eldoret. Hey, nishaishi Eldoret. And they used to say sasa kuna mama fulani alikuwa anaitwa Mama Jemu. Sasa nakuuliza namna gani? Masiwa yangu tamaliza yote, unilambe, unimalize pesa yangu, alafu niachie watoto yangu lipea mimba.
Shida ni kukua Mluya. Once you're a Luya, watu wanaonanga tu mtu atapatia wenzao mimba.
Kwani unataka kunitafunia watoto bila unatafuta pelemende? Alafu you're like, there's something she used to say, umenilamba mimi tena unilambie watoto. Yaani umemlamba pesa.
Lakini Eli usilambe watoto wenyewe. It's a crime.
Talking of kulamba watoto, Mama Moraa discovered Moraa kuna tumbo kubwa. And now she's wondering, why is Moraa looking funny? Moraa is looking suggestive. But before we do that, let's just take a quick one and we'll be back with Mama Moraa. Meanwhile, if you've never seen Mama Moraa in action, then you're missing out, because she is in the Girls Talk every single Wednesday. Hapo na tumechezwa. Hapo tumecheza na mtafutaji.
Anapenda chapati na hana pan. Uliona ile mimi msichana mwenye anaendaka kwa boyfriend na pan? Huyo msichana ni mimi. Nitaendelea
unabeba pan from your hostel to his hostel.
Nilikuwa naweka pan kwa kibeti, ninaenda kupikia boyfriend.
Lakini wewe Nyanduko, how are you even?
Mke nyumbani.
Wewe Moraa, hebu simama hapo. Hiyo tumbo uko nayo yote ni ya nini? Hiyo ni nini? Hiyo tumbo yote, nakuuliza hiyo tumbo yote ni ya nini baba? Uko na mimba? Ai mama, nini kwani nikikuuliza mimi ni msasi wako? Msasi anachua kukusinda. Usitani kwa sababu umeenda shule sasa unachua kunisinda. Nimekuuliza hivi baba, ni mimba? Kama ni mimba wewe niambie. Mimi ni msasi wako, mimi ni rafiki yako. Nichue vile nitakusaidia. Nimekuwa naona nafichana hapa kwa gate. Labda ni mimba. Ni mimba? Hapana. Nikiteli umekula sahani 7? Na kukataza kila siku hapa kukula kama mjinga usikii. Bado unakula hapa kiteli umekula sahani 7. Sasa unakaa kama afisa hapa. Watoto wengine hawakai kama wewe. Unakaa kama mjinga. Ungekuwa unasoma vile unakula wewe mtoto. Ungekuwa unasoma na hiyo speed unakula nayo. Ungekuwa unafanya medicine. Toka hapa enda ukatie kuku mboga. Mtoto Mungu hata Mungu angenipatia kikombe nikunywe nayo maji ama marabuni nikunywe nayo uji.
I've never seen such a mother that is in the verge of making sure that you don't have a good day. Nyanduko, what sort of a mother are you anyway? Atungekuwa unakula githeri vile unakula nini vitabu? Ama vitabu vile unakula githeri. Let's first get the ones in the comment section, then let's continue with the conversation. And everybody that is joining us, we are hanging out with Nyanduko254, who happens to have that other element of Mama Moraa on YouTube. And in case you've never seen her in her element as Mama Moraa, head on to YouTube, subscribe to our channel Nyanduko254, and get to discover more about drama za Nyanduko. Moving on swiftly, everybody joining us live on YouTube, thank you so much, because as Eshuchi said earlier on, we will be moving from the month of November all our live shows onto YouTube. So make sure you hit the subscription button. If you have no idea ni channel gani hiyo tunaongelea, it's simple. The Arts in Heart on Facebook and The Arts in Heart on YouTube. Simple. Just look out for The Arts in Heart, and then the rest will come in automatically. Just remember, it's official on YouTube, and that's all you need to get. So meanwhile, Mama Moraa, watu wanasema nini kwa comment section? Let's see. Yeah, Eshuji, you want to take us through?
Sure. Azile za kikisini nitarudishia Mama Moraa. But let's do this.
Let's start there. Eshuji.
Yes, Esther Obula, being 3D is today's shift. This comes with effort and sacrifice, working on yourself. I think by the end of the show, I'll have gotten what that really means. Asante sana for being here though. I'll not read the first name. We have Tumbani who's saying, Dona Ingia, what's up man? We're cool man. Karibu sana. Thank you for tuning in. Tuko hapa na Nyanduko254. Lucky Jamila. Mubenz, huyu I think ni wa Vilemba, mwajuana vizuri.
Mubenzi wa roho yangu, karibu sana, karibu mama. Karibu sana na wote wengine.
Kibrona, Esther, elaborate more. Yeah, I think we're all struggling with Esther kidogo, so perhaps she's coming to clear it up. Lucky Jamila, what is Ellie saying? What is Lucky referring to? Nyanduko? Ellie amesema nini?
Kurambana. Watu wa kuramba na kuramba. Na kurambwa.
Anaramba mama na anaramba watoto yake. Okay. Kiproroda, Ellie, stop. We don't talk like that. No, I think. Hey, Makomere from the man's den. How are you, sir? Thank you for tuning in. Makomere anasema kuna mbana tena Ellie. Frida Mbuku is very sad. Lakini sasa wewe Nyanduko, uliamwaje huyu mtoto mbona uli shift goals mbio from thinking she's pregnant to agreeing that she's amekula hizo magidheri saba.
Unajua sometimes our parents are just they just mean for no reason, like they have their own stresses, so after mali pa kutoka. Mama Moraa as a character is this woman who loves venting, yani hana outlet ingine, so outlet yake ni Moraa. Everything yani hata zenye make sense. Moraa is from one for
I get you. Okay. All right, John Mufasa is here with us as well. Karibu sana John. He says I must be I think he meant it must be snowflake because I must be snowflaking because I've fallen for Mama Moraa big time. Nipewe namba nisambaze airtime ndio ajibu SMS virtual hug. Mama Moraa, I think you just got yourself some good night. Yeah. Tumbani, aki very funny. Ile speed ya kukula ungekuwa unakula nayo venye unakula ile speed ya kukula githeri ingekuwa unakula nayo masomo hivyo. Ungekuwa medical school. Asante sana Tumbani. It just gets funnier and funnier every other time. Then we have Mwema Nzomo. Nyanduko ngafika.
Ngakuona ngaleta chemical tufanye business
ngatupea accent ngaleta chemical ngapata milioni. Godwin Sekero, Mufasa apewe namba. I think that's vote number 1. Naona hivyo pia. Mr. Eli, I think Mufasa apewe namba. Kwanza jina yenyewe ni ya nguvu.
Anaitwa Josh Mufasa. Wewe sijui uliona wapi John, but najua tu macho ine sometimes you oversee and you overlook. But then again, tuko hapa na Mama Moraa. Mama Moraa, why were you suspecting Moraa is by any chance on their way to a family way? If that's what we were discussing in that.
Kwa sababu hii ndio sababu yangu. Now, angalia kama msasi mwenzangu, usiangalia kama Elio, sijui mtu wa dread, mtu wa nini, hapana, angalia kama msasi. Wewe umekaa hapo, mtoto wako anakuanga na tuko frat.
Kama nyoka.
Anya nini? Shughuli kama amekula kitu ikakuwa kubwa.
Anaweza kuwa amekula
Hata
miwa.
sijui ni kama Safaricom wameshtuka. Hii accent imeshtua hawa watu wa Safaricom wakashindwa.
Mimi naomba can I react? Mimi naona ni kama Nyanduko anakuanga na issue na hizi dread zako. Sasa leo amepata outlet. Anasikizia accent.
Eshuchi.
Yes.
Eshuchi, me as Ellie's mom. Wewe Elikana, hizo nini uko nazo kwa kichwa? Ulianza kufuta pangi? Unafuta pangi. Si ndio? Unajua hizo nywele ni za watu wa pangi wewe. Na watu wako jela. Nisikuona na hizo kama unataka kukura kwa hii nyumba leo nisione hizo nywele kwa hiyo kichwa. Kwenda huko. Ellie is disturbed. Anashindwa huyu msichana ni nani?
Mam nitanyoa. Okay, fine, fair enough. So Nyanduko, let me just get this straight. You've been doing comedy for some time now, and you were kind of content that is out there. For those of you who have no idea, Nyanduko has been doing a lot of content. You've appeared in several shows, including Njorowa Uber. So tell me the transition between being, the linguistic teacher into a performing artist. How did that happen, and how does your background in literature actually help you as a performing artist?
Thank you, Ellie, for the question. So I started acting really when I was in nursery school, basically. But this kind of acting that I got to open a YouTube channel came about when I went to Chavakali for my internship. I was living alone. It was so lonely,
right?
And yeah, it was just so lonely. It was far away from home. There was not much to do after school, and then I did a video one day, and it was with a Kale accent. I was actually reacting to a video someone else has done, some character from The Real Houses of Wangware, and she posted the video, and John Falme posted it, and it was posted by a couple of people, and I was like, something I can do. The following day, I did another video. It's Tembead Vizuri, and kidogo, someone opened my YouTube channel for me. I did not open my YouTube channel. I was just doing my videos and posting, and then some guy just texts me and gives me logins and tells me, that's a YouTube channel. It's called Nyanduko254, so post content. We want content. And that's how I got into YouTube. My background in linguistic helps because I do set books. I actually have a crew that performs set books. So I direct them and produce them, and I also script. I also script for high schools and direct high school plays. So it has really helped. You're going to find so much about me today. We're going to find out a lot. I direct high school plays. I've directed a play up to the provincial level for some school that was not known. It's a school in Kisii, and they did well. My narrative has gone to nationals. So, yeah. Yes.
Wow.
What
Eshuchi.
Yes.
Wewe unaona nini? Unajua, when Nyanduko says she directed a play to the provincial levels and it was in Kisii, I'm starting to think, what kind of students was Nyanduko dealing with? Because we know there's something about Nyanduko's relatives and the way they talk. Nyanduko, what sort of students?
Was
it the primary level? That's what I'm trying to remember. But I believe it was the primary level, right? No, it was this one.
No, it's a high school.
Mimi alisema ukitoka Nairobi nitaenda Kinyasa mpya yangu ilipachoka. Ili yangu ilipachoka pale inaingiza msipi. Sisi shule yetu watoto wananunua pocket money. Jesus is Lord. Ulitumia pesa ninunua pocket money. We need to fire. Ndio nisikia njaa kwa shule.
That is the play you directed up to the provincial levels, right?
No, it was not a primary school, actually. It's a high school, first of all. And, by the time you get to high school, you've worked on your accent kidogo here and there. It's still there, hiendi mahali, but you've worked on it kidogo. So, haikupochoka Kinyanza yao, haikuwa imepochoka, walikuwa na Kinyanza yao ikiwa sawa.
Oh, you know
You
what?
know, I've made a shooty laugh. It's very hard to make a shooty laugh. So
I
must be a
know,
good
man.
day.
I know. No, I think you. It's not hard to make me laugh. I just have a different sense of humor, and I think you just got it,
Mm-hmm.
Sasa. And once you hit it, Nivo, mimi check up the whole time. I think you'll pay me for nothing tonight. I won't do any hosting. I'm here for entertainment.
Awesome, awesome. Nyanduko, now tell me again, before we actually do that, let's take a quick break. And when we're back, we're gonna, catch up more with this issue, Mama Moraa. You know what we do on Saturdays? We have the family edition with Collins Bolo.
It's some kids, it gets them, it feels like, oh, so it's me. So it seems I'm the problem. Then they start developing guilt consciousness on issues whereby if skills like labeling is addressed well, in case there's a problem with kids, if you have a house help, you have a parent, kindly separate the person from the problem. Address the problem, spare the person. Attack the problem, spare the person.
I came to Nairobi for the first time in my life after campus, like after campo. Nikitembelea auntie yangu fulani here and there, but officially I came after campus. And one thing that I told myself deep down, nilijiambia huko ndani, I have never seen women. I have not been seeing women. Now women are here.
Well, as you can see, Eshuji has his humor side because Nairobi limuonyesha. What has been your experience working in Nairobi, Nyanduko, and especially in the entertainment industry? Is it a market that we can make something out of it?
Nairobi can pay. Nairobi, the industry itself can pay you if you are committed, if you have patience, and na kama uko na talent, and if you're ready to tap into the ujinga side of yourself, because Kenyans have a thing for crazy stuff. You just do like Kenya. Our industry does not want you to be too formal, too composed and whatnot. It wants you to bring out your crazy. Just bring your crazy out here, and it's gonna sell. Hii industry inaweza lipa. Uliza Derek Waswa. This industry can pay pretty well if you have the patience and the time. If you have the patience, the dedication, and kama uko na the discipline, it can pay very well.
So what has been your biggest consistency, right? But what has been your biggest stage except Art in Heart, where you are a star there? What has been your other biggest stage you've actually worked on and you're like, Nyanduko, you did well?
I know it was amazing when I was featured on Anti-Boss because it aired on NTV, and my father saw it and he was happy. He was happy. He was telling everyone, my daughter is on TV. And when I did an interview on when I was actually on a panel for a while on Hope Channel Kenya, it's a channel for people from my church. Do you know how hard it is to get Adventist people to love content that is not church related? So I was on a panel for that as a content creator for a while, and that was beautiful. I was also hosted on Hero Radio for a while. I did a few stories there, here and there. So this after 2019, because that is when this started, I learned so much, and I have been able to meet a lot of people because I met you. I met Tina Kagia. I've met Kina Jasper Morume just because I was willing to. I dared, and I was willing to try it out and see where it goes. And it has been amazing because I have emceed events because of this. I have emceed a very, very nice wedding because of this. And all I can say is it's beautiful. So it's very beautiful. It just wants consistency, very much consistency.
Sitting here and talking to you, it's funny. It's like I'm getting to rediscover the Nyanduko that I've always thought I know. But there's one thing that you've mentioned and got me thinking: the people you've met and you've got to interact with. And Nyanduko, if people meet you, do you look you? Because sometimes I have the illusion you are very tall. You are very tall.
Ellie, I am very small, so it's sometimes very hard, and I can say this is where I got my voice from, because for the longest time, people look people look past small people. They're like, huyu ni mtoto. And I had to get a voice for myself. I had to learn how to talk and, express myself from a very young age. I've always been very vocal. And my mom did a good job raising me because she instilled confidence in this girl. You cannot bring me down. So I learned to speak out.
But you're
and,
already down. How can we bring you there anyway?
But
pull you up.
I think I don't know of a small person who does not talk all over the place.
We have
small
to.
People.
Otherwise, utaambiwa venye Eli amesema hapa. The way Eli said that I'm already down here and you bring me there. I heard that Eli, by the way. It's not nice. It will not just be nice.
I meant you are there. Nobody can bring you down. You're already there. I mean, Nyanduko, sometimes there's a time we were supposed to meet out, and you told me, Eli, I'm not in town. I was actually happy because I was afraid naweza itiwa polisi. Natembea na mtoto wa shule.
That was actually I was wondering. My one pair of heels disappeared that day, and I was like, Mimi, I go meet a person mwenye nafika kwa magoti. I'd rather sleep. So we had the same fear because you're too tall and I'm too short. So I'll meet a shooting because he's not too tall.
I met Eli was way taller than I thought he is. But I beat him on the wideness. He's so skinny. He's so
you know what they say.
Eli is saying that because he saw me with Jasper Murume. Nafika Jasper somewhere slightly below the waist.
And what is funny is that in that skit, Nyanduko was acting as the girlfriend or the crush or something, and it was funny the way they were expressing the relationship among.
They're doing a long distance relationship.
They were doing literally a long distance relationship. So Nyanduko.
Yes, sir.
Bado nilikuwa ninataka kukaa chini. Kijana ulimtoa wapi?
Moraa, huyo kijana nimekuona na yeye hapo kwa gate. Ni wa wapi? Wewe mwenye amesuka matuta.
Si matuta mami, dreadlocks.
Obe. Inaitwa nini? Dreadlocks. Moraa, unauza pangi? Unauza pangi wewe mtoto? Unafanya kazi ya kuuza pangi? Unauza madawa ya kulewa? Unajua watu wenye wanatembea na watu wa banki. Unataka kwa mama kwa chama waseme nini kunihusu? Wamama kwa kanisa already wanasema mtoto wangu anafanga kiranga chifu, anatembea kwa barabara kama amefaa anga chifu. Ameweka mwili yake yote nje watu waangalie. Uliamua kama ni waangalie kila kitu waone umemea umekuwa mkubwa, umeamua kuwanyonyesha kwa hizi barabara, si ndio? Sasa umeamua unaanza kutembea na watu wa dreadlocks. Unauza umesema hausi pangi na ama unakunywa pangi? Unakunywa pangi wako mtoto? Kama unakunywa pangi yani ucho umeniua. Umenimaliza haki. Unakunywa pangi yani wewe mtoto. Mimi
That's Nyanduko254. I can't keep myself. I can't settle down. Na nilikuwa nangoja aseme kukunywa pangi because in our traditional settings, in our traditional cultures, watu hawavuti bangi, tunakunywa bangi. Hata walio wanasemanga mtoto wa kisame kunywa bangi imeingia kwa kichwa kabisa. Kiproro says usiangalie kama Eli mtu wa dreads Hawa watu wa dreads Nyanduko hataki bana. Mufasa namba utapata. Makomere Gilbert has assured you. Musafa, stay on board. Makomere Gilbert is the man to go for. Yeye ndio god papa hapa wa Nyanduko. Nyanduko wewe ni big name ngakukujia majuu, ngakukujia mayu Nyanduko we say nga ili definiwa as the prefix that you put before a word when someone wants to give you a soft life. Kipro Roda, Gilbert Makomere, we are with celebrity here. Nyanduko254, yes, that's right. Nyanduko254 is unveiling lots of herself. We have Josh Mufasa. Oh, I read John. Josh Mufasa. Asante sana for staying tuned. Makomere Gilbert, yes bana. Mama Moraa cheza kama wewe. Josh itabidi uongee na Gilbert pale on the cyber. A good guy. I think yeye ndio atachukua ng'ombe. Kiproroda Eshuchi Lumba. You had never seen women, You got me on that one. No, that's a story for another day. But saizi niliwazoea. Niliwazoea. They come wanakushtua, then you get used to it. Lucky Jamila, madawa ya kulewa, ati kuwanyonyesha. Anatembea na matiti, anataka kunyonyesha estate mzima. Yes, that's Lucky Jamila. Thank you for staying tuned. This is Art in Hearts, and we're hosting Nyanduko. She's just bringing the house down in tears and laughter. Kiproroda says this is an African mother. Kabisa kabisa. Nyanduko, tell me something.
Mhm.
Nimesikia accents zako za Kikisii, and I think I'm really well. I don't know of a typical and nicely done Kenyan accent that I would not really enjoy. But let's see.
Mhm.
Let's see. Try to just pull on me a quick. What are you able to do a Maasai accent?
No, I've not encountered very many Maasai. Let me tell you
Oh,
something,
okay.
Ellie. I just do not. I do not. My accents. I do not form them. Kama a community. I get one person who I know, and I pick their accent. Unanielewa? Like it is not. I don't pick the entire tribe. I just kama
I
nikisi,
get you. I
just
get you.
pick my mother, and I go with that. You know.
Okay.
I don't have.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
So at the end of this show, it's very possible you'll have my accent on board with you, and you'd be able to replicate it. I, you know, no. You see an accent. Sasa Nyanduko unaniangusha hapa, nawe ni mwalimu wa Kiingereza. You see an accent is not really, doesn't have to be a native language. I could even speak my English with an accent.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I get you now.
You feel
how
me?
You
feel me?
Yeah,
yes.
you're very like articulate, and you don't mix your words. You just pick one word at a time. That's a shuchi. Your words are just too articulate. You're well articulated. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ebu ambia Elia nitoe kwa hapa niende ni blashie huko kando kwanza. I need a moment to sink this in. But well, Eli might not come to my aid. I know anakuanga a competitor on this front. So Nyanduko, thank you so much for staying with us. I have a question. And one of the biggest challenges that this content creation industry has always faced is you know, every time I see you, and now we've talked about this before, now naona utaanza kuniambia eti attack from neighboring communities and and all these other things. But ideally, I'm for infrastructure. Okay, so now I used to, you know, you mentioned about doing set books for high school, and that really got me reminiscing back in the days. I once did 1 or 2 set books with Jicho 4. Kitambo ile time ya hustle, you know, after high school, and you're trying to get your stuff together. And then I just realized, okay, I believe I am a good actor, but I am not a crazy person. I'm not a wild person. So you'll not get the best out of me if you're looking for wild, if you're looking for this person who, you know, people who will scream. My emotions are a bit confined here and there. But tell me, don't you think that is an industry that has far too long really gotten out lots of talents, but it's not really, do you think it's building talent enough? Do you think it's really paying these people enough? Because if I tell you what I was being paid per show, man, you know, it's and you think about having to master just go.
I'll tell you something. I feel like the directors and producers, me being one of them, really do not really appreciate these guys enough, because at the end of the day, these people can make up to 100, 120 G's a day, and then you pay your cast and you're giving a member 800 to 1,000 bob, you know, and it does not really translates to the work they did, because they do all the work. You just, you know, you're there because you directed them and whatnot.
And it is a lot of work.
The books is a whooping 12 hours, 6 hours. Like you legit stand there for 6-7 hours. You have to cram an entire book for you to get 800 book. I feel like they really misuse is why.
Yeah, Nyanduko254. Yes.
Directors.
Yeah, I guess I agree with you 100% on that, and perhaps that is just one of the areas that we even as Art in Heart, are trying to address, because one of our aim pillars is to just be able to educate and inform people about the state of the nation and the state of you know, narrative art. So when you're talking art, you want someone to understand what does it mean to be an artist? What is it in the art industry that would give back to you as an artist? And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, is it a worthy field to invest yourself in? Because the interesting thing about consumers of art is they want the best from the artists. The question is, do they give the same to the artists? Do they give the best to them?
Well, Ashishi, that's an awesome question you're raising, and again, at the same time, it calls for a lot of dialogue within and without our confines, because at the end of the day, art is a very expensive affair, and not to many. You might actually invest your whole lifetime savings in art, which will never pay at the end of the day. But they are told, sisi ndio tuko. And you see, when you are trying to invest in art, you are like that young man who is looking for a perfect situation in the imperfect element. Do you know who I'm talking about, Eshuchi?
Tell me.
Let me just cut down the chase and let you know who I'm talking about. Take a look.
Natafuta mrembo na awe anafanya kazi, awe amebeba, alafu awe brown na asikue mnono sana, medium. Na mimi niko na mtoto mmoja, bora akuwa atakubali huyo mtoto. Huyo mtoto ako na miezi 6. Huyo dem siwezi mkataa, so long as bora aongee poa, ajitetee vizuri, ndamkubali tu, sitamkataa. Na mimi sina kazi, mimi wanafanya jua kali. Sasa kama atanikubali, anitafute tu, an inbox. Yeah.
Bishop Max comedy there.
So okay, if he's acting, if it strikes me that perhaps it's staged, then I don't find it funny at all. But to think that there's an ounce of reality in that, that aspect, hey, man, it's funny because all this guy is bringing on board is strictly conditions. Everything, yani, all he's bringing on board are expectations. There's nothing that he's bringing on offer. Things that he's bringing are baggage. He has a son who is 6 months. Sijui anataka nani atunze huyo mtoto. He doesn't have a job. He's a juakali person. Lakini the conditions in his expectations. And to be very honest, that clip could be some sort of quick comic relief. But really, when I look at it in depth, I think it exposes to me the discrepancies around this industry generally. Honestly, art is an industry that faces, if I was a preacher, I would use that guy's words as the context for my sermon, Sasa. Because what I see out here is very, very big expectations of artists. I look at artists, I look at MCs at a wedding, and everyone is trying to tell you have to deliver this, you have to deliver this. Something as simple as time. People don't even respect an artist's time because someone invites you for a gig. You actually negotiate the prices for the gig. You negotiate the prices for the D-Day. But this person wants you on rehearsals. This person wants you to attend the, reconnaissance of the venue. You are an MC. They want you to go to the venue and see what the venue looks like. And all these are at your expense. And they're imagining that you're supposed to be billing all these on the cumulative figure at the end of the day. That set aside, I see bands, I see regular bands performing in clubs and in hotels and all these things, and even comedians enough times. And yes, you agree with the owner or the manager or whoever, the F&B manager, and you decide, I'm going to be performing for 3 hours. And in these 3 hours, you're done performing. Then all of a sudden, some people have had one too many, and everyone starts giving you a request. And the 3 hours that you agreed end up being 6 hours. And no one wants to acknowledge that, So there is just so much expectation from the artist There's so much conditions from the artist. We want you to come in time. We want you to set up in time. We want you to be properly dressed. We want you to have mastered your art. We want you to be able to deliver any requisition that will come from the clients. We want you to be able to deliver everything. But what are we giving you? We want to give you a post-dated check of some peanuts that you're going to have to wait for 2 months. We don't care if you're going to need food in the middle of your performance. You know, as long as you're performing for people as they eat. Ama kama ni mbaya sana, we want to give you food that we also serve to some of those employees of ours that we have very little regard for. And that's the food that you're going to have. And you cannot eat it in public because it's not very good image for the restaurant. And you have to... Manze, I get very emotional talking about this. But well, that is the state of the nation, man.
I understand that's the state of the nation. And that's why I was saying, we have all these demands, but at the end of the day, the artists themselves, what do they take back home? And it cuts across the board. When you're asking the director to pay this much, how much exactly is the client willing to pay? Nyanduko254 is back, and before we lose her again because Mama Moraa ameanza kukasirika, pressure inapanda. Mama Moraa, what is the future of Mama Moraa? Are we seeing Mama Moraa back and you know, delivering as she was in the past? Ama is Mama Moraa still on leave?
Nilikuwa leave kidogo, nilikuwa nachua saa zingine hata akili nataka upumzike utulie. Sasa nilienda nikatulia, nimetulia, nimemaliza. Sasa nimemaliza kutangatanga na kufanya hizo vitu zote za dunia, nataka kurudi sasa nyumbani kama prodigal son. Wakati wa kurudi nyumbani. Yeah, so basically we are going to get back to content creation. I took a break, a very long one, and nimesema hiyo kitu na sijacheka hata. So I'm going to get back to content creation pretty soon, in probably a week or two. I'm getting my affairs in order.
Awesome. And before we just actually call it a night, let's go through the comment section once again and just thank everybody that is here with us tonight. Kipro says, the African mother, we left it at that. Allah, that is Makomere. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Wachana na celeb 254. Okay. I don't understand a word, says Nancy, but Eshuchi's laughter is killing me. Eshuchi, do it one more time.
No, I don't laugh I don't laugh on a battle. I laugh at funny things.
He wants you to laugh on demand. With no
I'm not the guest here. You can't force me to do things like those.
No, Ellie, no.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something about my laughter. And I think I tell people all the time, this is just the simplest way to know if I'm really happy. My laughter is very hearty and genuine. So back in high school, I would laugh. Unajua wakati mmekosea mwalimu and the teacher is furious at people, and then something just strikes me, I would laugh. My laughter is not respect of situations. I could be you could have the machete on me. You could have your machete on me, but if something really goes down that is funny, I will burst. So I would burst, and then the contagiousness of that laughter spills over. Then I hear blocks laughing behind. Well. We were going on with the comment section, man. Sorry for interruption, Ellie. Yes.
That's good enough. We have Kipro says, ati huyu ana describe nani brown skin Sonko. Okay, fine.
Anataka brown skin Sonko mwenye ako na kazi, yeye ana kazi yako na mtoto wa miezi 6. Anataka tujuzi. Ataamua kama anampenda ama ampendi.
But you see, Nyanduko, you see on the other side, yeah, I think there's a time someone challenged me on social media. I think nilikuwa because I think it really hits my nerve when I see audacity, especially audacity that is not deserved. I tell people one thing all the time. I have no problem with anyone being whoever they are. I have no problem with you being cocky. I have no problem with someone being proud. I have no problem with someone being boastful, by the way. Just earn it. Just look like you have a reason to be. But then one day I think I was tackling someone who raised this, and one person on the comment section really told me something that was an eye opener. He told me there is nothing wrong with putting your preferences out there and setting your conditions. I mean, it's just it's just what every human wants. You see, deeply, dearly, deep inside of you, Nyanduko, there's this ideal that you want for every situation. Nile, sometimes you become realistic with yourself and your situation. And once you're in touch with reality, you decide, you know what? I think I'm being overambitious. Even what I'm offering does not make me deserve this. I don't know where Ali has gone back to, because he was supposed to wind this up, but I think he's left it up on here. So, Nyanduko, mimi nina swali moja. Do you have moments where you are actually going around your life where you're supposed to have your Nyanduko persona in check, not the Mama Moraa persona, and then the Mama Moraa effect kicks in without your knowledge?
She just comes out sometimes. Sometimes I'm just trying to be serious, like I'm just trying to be a serious person, and I get into a room, especially when I'm nervous or anxious. It just happens. I just speak, and my Kisi accent just comes out, and I'm there like, I didn't mean to do that, but well, it has happened. Now what to do? What to do? And then I try to recollect. It helps me recollect myself, by the way. So nikiwa niko nervous ama anxious, I just pull a Mama Moraa. Mnaniangalia aje? And then people burst laughing. By the time they're done laughing,
you're at ease, eh? Okay. What are your triggers? Because once upon a time, I have a very dear friend of mine called Austin Nyamboka. God rest his soul. He just passed on a few months ago, and he's one of these people I was telling you about. I would meet Austin, and my settings are changed. It kicks in, the accent mode kicks in, and it does not matter who else is in our company. We will speak in the Luya accent beginning to the end. And then we had strength. He would pull a very good Kalenjin accent, and I would pull a Luya accent and a Luo accent, and would just go on and on and on. And I found it so difficult to operate on a serious level with anybody else when Austin was on board, because at any given point he would just bring it in, and you knew the nerves. Once in a while he would just kick it in, and you're so serious, like what you're saying, you're so serious with people, because he was also a member of my band. You're seriously addressing people in the band, trying to get a point home, and then Austin just kicks an accent there, and you lose it. And now people think you're not serious. Now people think you're not boss enough, because now you're laughing.
Well, I think Nyanduko is struggling a little bit more with tonight's cast. I don't know what's happened. Somebody doesn't want Mama Moraa on board. But Nyanduko, thank you so much for coming on tonight. And Eshuchi, what a way to start our weekend, because we have so much happening. And if you've been paying attention to the entertainment industry, Kenya is it's on the map somewhere thanks to the Afrima Awards 2021. Eshuchi, who do we have nominations for?
I've been scrolling through it. First of all, I hoped to find myself on it. Too bad, tough luck. We'll try next year. I was looking for an Eshuchi Lumumba. If you're watching, man, I'm an artist, and I think I deserve to be on the Afrima Awards, but don't worry, time is of essence. Although I was very happy about the names that I was able to see there. Ethics Entertainment is there. Yes, on your face, Ellie. Ethics Entertainment made it to the Afrima Awards as in the group category. I think Calligraph John is also on the list. Good job. I think he's very deserving. Nikita Kering, the Kenyan rising star, is also on board. And I think she's done quite some serious EPs in the recent past. I think her work speaks for itself. Who else did I see there from Kenya? I saw a DJ. I think I would need to remember the name, but there's a DJ who's also on board. But I could see quite an interesting mix. Most of the popular names, Sauti Sol is on board as well. I think for Sauti Sol, it doesn't really come as news. I mean, they are giants in their own capacity. But I think Kenya has gotten quite good representation. And what I'm happy about is the fact that we have people like Ethic there, because then that means we are starting to have a world that is starting to embrace, what we call the Kenyan sound now, the gengeton, however it is. So I hope if they go there, we vote, and they get to win, and they come back, perhaps we can get now some spice on their music, and then perhaps, who knows?
Who knows? We never know. And talking of winning, let me just bring it back to us that this young man who happens to be part of the team got nominated for 2 awards in the just concluded, what do you call the Sondeka Awards 2021 of East Africa. He was in the category of band and, of course, online content creator. And guess what? His band was able to scoop the winner's prize of 2021 Sondeka Awards. What a way to celebrate Mwema Nzomo and say congratulations, sir. Well done. It was worth the run. And next year, we hope you're going to scoop 2 more nominations and have extra on them, including Eshuchi. Eshuchi, you better get nominated next year because hatuwezi kaka hapa bila awards. Mama Moraa is here doing quite well. And Mama Moraa, when this is said and done, we better see a new you with a new item and, making the airways, tremble and doing all that. Last words from you before we call it a night, Nyanduko.
You've not.
Nyanduko,
Sorry,
leo,
what was the
Nyanduko
question again? Because niliongea ukiongea.
Struggle. Nyanduko, I think that's how Nyanduko says good night to us. I shoot you a few more words. You mentioned Sauti Soul, and I just remembered one of the guys from Soul Generation, Mr. Ben Soul. There's this song he did the other day called Ntala na Wewe. What do you think about that song, sir?
When it comes to Ben Soul, let me tell you how I look at music. I'm never a lover of genres. You know, the way someone will tell you, I love reggae music, I love rumba music. No, I'm a lover of songs. It could be a reggae song that really hits me different. It could be a country song. I love music that much. But I will not lie to you. When it comes to Ben Soul, I'm an artist lover. I love Ben Soul. I love his work ethic. I love his songwriting. If I was to vote for the best songwriter in Kenya, Ben Soul will take the day. I love the way he's able to really, really be versatile with his songwriting skills. He can give you whatever vibe it is you're looking for. And Ntala Nawe is just one, but of the very many favorites of his tunes that I love. I can sing it to you word for word, but let Ben Soul do his thing, man.
There's Ben Soul do his thing. And thank you so much, everybody that made this cast possible. Remember, from November, we will be shifting some things here and there just to make sure we give you the best. We want to be able to stream to you in full HD. And for us to do that, we're going to move all our content onto YouTube so that you get the very best, crystal clear images and best sound, delivery. And I know Nyanduko would have loved to come and give her last words, but the connection is doing the thing. You gotta excuse us. I know she's showing me the signs and symptoms that she's there and here, but again, it's not working.
Hey,
it's not working. Just say
today.
Yes. Just say your nights because time is not really behaving.
All I can say before this connection does me again, you've not seen the end of me. You've not seen the best of me. It's yet to come. It's yet to come. It's going to be amazing content coming your way. So if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go onto YouTube, Nyanduko254, and subscribe and wait for content. Na nisipo post munitafuta munipige. Sawa? Have a good night. God loves you. God bless.
Nitakutandika. So tuendelee kutandikana pale subscription button.
And in the words of the principal Nakuru Boys High School, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, roll. If you can't roll, vibrate. Good night.
And in the words of my very great football coach back in high school, he used to say, "If you miss the ball, don't miss the leg. Whatever it costs, win. Just be a winner."
And in the words of my own principal, Mr. Okello himself from Arambe High School, you cannot just sit there like a bag of charcoal. Do something. Even a bag of charcoal is helpful because it gives us some fire. Don't just sit there. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Just sit there. Have a great night. And we are out. Good night.
Kwenye shida ama kwenye furaha, love